Hello, everyone. I hate to call this a good one. I just saw this, and it looks like it's going to be a interesting reaction, if nothing else. You can see the title on the upper right. I mean, upper left. I'm sorry. This influencer vacuum sealed her son for views. What the fuck? This is by Tozy. I've looked at some of his shit in the past. He's a damn good content creator. Very good news guy. Just covering the fucking idiots of the internet. And we might just have the new queen of idiots. Alright, let's do this.
This influencer just vacuum sealed her own child in a plastic bag for content.
What fucking kind of content is that supposed to be? Because, yeah. I don't think dead children. I don't think that's allowed on most streaming platforms. I know it's not allowed on YouTube. I'm pretty. I'm pretty confident in that one. I don't think they'd let that fly on Kick either. Maybe on Party. Maybe she's a BitChute influencer. Do they have BitChute influencers? Well, that's a good question. Anybody let me know in the comments.
What a sick individual. But thankfully, police are now trying to find her. But we've seen.
Thankfully? I mean, thankfully would be the son's okay. The police better fucking find her in either goddamn case, but thankfully would be if the son's okay. That's the thing I want to know. I want to know if there's still a kid. You know, we're not burying a fucking kid, right?
So many awful things that people have done in the name of content over the last few years. You have lawsuits over stupid pranks, arrests over even dumber live streams. But this one, this probably takes the cake. This is the dumbest and most reckless thing that I've seen in a long time. Because this
it can also probably be considered one of the most heartless. It's a child. Like, it's bad enough when these stupid ass influencers do things to adults that don't want to be part of your fucking content. It's another thing when it's a kid. And if it's something you could fucking vacuum seal, it's probably a very young kid. Could even be a baby. Oh shit, man. Like what kind of person does that?
takes the cake. This is the dumbest and most reckless thing that I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah.
This is just beyond horrific. But this all started because of a video posted in Russia where a
Oh, that makes sense. God isn't putting his best in Russia, it seems. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of dumb fucks here in America too, but it seems like they're trying to out dumb fuck us, and that's actually scary.
A parenting vlogger essentially filmed herself vacuum sealing her own child inside of a giant plastic bag and sucking the air out, all for content. There's actually like very few ways I can show this without getting this video age restricted.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that that's like I said, that's not something you're gonna be allowed to put on many platforms. Like, what the fuck are they doing on VK? Like, I'm assuming that's what. I mean, she can't be on YouTube if she's trying to get money at that bitch, because Russians haven't been able to make money off of YouTube for a minute there since the war started, right? You know, they started demonetizing all the Russian people, right? So unless she moved to I don't know, Kazakhstan or some shit, this is probably on VK.
But I still wanted to cover the situation due to how insane it was and just to have this massive PSA. Don't do this!
The fact that you even have to say this. The fact that you even have to say this. Fucking world's lost, man. I mean, holy shit. The whole world is deadish fucking shit, bro.
There's fewer things that upset me more than seeing influencers using their kids in this kind of reckless way for content.
In this kind of way? Have are there a lot of people trying to murder their fucking kids for content? Does that happen often? Because like the closest I've ever heard was the family vloggers keeping their kids in cage, like keeping their kids in a fucking basement, not feeding them, doing that kind of shit. But I ain't never heard of somebody straight up trying to kill the motherfucker. At least not on camera. That doesn't seem to be something that happens a lot.
That's abuse. Like there's no way around. That is abuse.
Straight up.
That is abysmal. That should not be happening. It just doesn't feel real. You have a mother filming her own child being sealed in plastic while removing the air. And then she watched the video, apparently didn't feel anything, and was like, oh, this is a great idea to post.
Again, where the like I mean, I know they're different over there in Russia, but come the fuck on. Don't they have content standards over there like we do over here? Like, I know there's not a fucking like there's no platform that you can get money off of that's gonna let you post that kind of shit. Rightly so, I might add. There's absolutely no fucking place for child abuse on any sort of content creation platform. Fuck off the bitch shooter, I don't know, maybe.
She did it, she filmed it, and she posted it without any voices in her head going, hey, this is awful. You shouldn't do this to begin.
We're not dealing with normal human beings, that's why. You know, my brother has this beautiful baby girl, right? Absolutely gorgeous. He would never think to do anything like this, you know what I'm saying? You know, her mother passed, very tragic, but you know, he's been as good a dad as he can, and you know, our mom's helping out. But like the mere thought of doing this sort of thing would revolt my brother and my mom, right? Send me up a goddamn cliff, I'll tell you that much. There's no place. It's unnatural. I hate to use that term, but it is unnatural for a parent to harm their child. It literally goes against everything.
Voices in her head going, hey, this is awful.
Sociopathy.
You shouldn't do this to begin with. That's crazy to me. Like, even if this wasn't a weird and horrible thing to do, how do you...
Clout and attention is a crazy substance. Boy, isn't it? I don't think we were meant to be we were meant to be able to get the sort of fame that people have nowadays, you know what I'm saying?
You post it and not think there's going to be consequences? Like, the video is now banned on YouTube and Facebook as well.
Wait, it was posted on fucking what? Wait, was it posted by her or was it posted by somebody else? Like, what? I'm lost, y'all. Like, she couldn't have posted it on YouTube herself. It had to have been like a repost after the fact, right?
But what doesn't change is the fact that it was filmed in the first place.
Real
I
shit.
can just kind of show censored images about this. But the woman in the center of this is Anna Saprina. She's a 36-year-old mom vlogger, originally from Saratov. Her Instagram handle, which has since been set to private, is Saparina. She ran a small parenting and lifestyle account, didn't have a massive following. Just
small account, not much of a following. So this isn't like a I Show Speed or a Nina Lynn, you know, somebody with views, right? Somebody get, it's something I've noticed. It's never people that's got a shit ton of views that do these ridiculous fucking stunts, right? Like barely anybody watched Johnny Somali. Barely anybody really watched fuck was that other douchebag, Jack Doherty? Some more people watched Vitali, but that's because he had a history when pranking was a big part of YouTube content. But it seems to be these very small people who are so desperate, and they don't realize that this is, yeah, it's a great way to get eyes in the short term, but it's also a great way to get banned in the fucking long term. Nobody wants this shit.
Just enough of an audience to, I guess, convince herself that this was a good idea. In the video, her
Right.
son is lying on the floor in what it looks like to be a large plastic storage bag. The kind that's meant to, you know, vacuum seal away either clothing or bed sheets or something like that.
Right.
Not people. Why you would put a person in this, that's beyond me. But I guess you just...
So I'm guessing from what he's saying, this is like one of those like travel bags, like I'm dating myself, the Euro Sealer, like a big fuck off bag, and you put your shit in there, and then you seal it, and then you put the vacuum cleaner nozzle onto it, and that's how you seal it out. Yeah, I've seen these. I don't imagine it's very easy to get a bag big enough for a fucking toddler. I imagine that's not very cheap. And did the son not do anything? Did they not say anything? Again, is the kid still fucking alive?
Like that. Not people. Why you would put a person in this, that's beyond me. But I guess he just takes a deep breath and starts counting 1, 2, 3, and that alone should make your stomach drop because it tells you that it wasn't an accident. Obviously, she told the kid what the plan was and to set it up like, hey, they were joking around or something. She then zips the bag shut.
Oh
she
my
says,
God.
let's go. She attaches a vacuum hose and starts pulling the air out. And within seconds, the plastic tightens around. His voice changes and he panics and he screams, Mom. Obviously, he's incredibly scared.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no shit. No shit. I'm amazed he could fucking breathe. I'm amazed he could scream without being able to fucking breathe. That's an accomplishment. Maybe he had some air in his shit already. But holy, what makes people want to do this shit? The fuck I want to know. Like, how much money, how many views you gonna get doing this dumbass shit? Right?
There's no air. It's no longer a joke. What was she expecting here? Congratulations, you traumatized your child for content?
Real shit.
The kid got into the bag because he trusts his mom, and this is what she did. But here's the...
Oh, that kid ain't never gonna fucking trust his cunt of a fucking mom again. That is gonna be that's gonna be a very difficult relationship. In fact, I bet you that kid's gonna have a lot of trouble with just authority in general. Because, like, he's always gonna have that shit in the back of his mind. Like, do these people want to put me in the bag? Like, are they gonna fuck me up? How's it gonna work?
The moment where any argument that it was a joke completely falls apart because she keeps filming. No one's laughing, but the video is still going. And eventually, she opens the bag. At one point, he even smiles and gives a thumbs up. But if you've ever been around kids, you know what that actually looks like. Like they...
Yeah. They're just happy. They're just happy it's over. This ain't. Oh, we had a great time. No, this is holy shit. We're not dead. Yeah, hey, boy.
The kid is trying to make an adult feel better, or maybe a kid is trying to seem tough. There's just no universe where it's okay for a mother to do that to their own child.
Real
and
shit.
To make things even worse, there's another adult visible in the background. Some dude who's just sitting near the thing.
Are you fucking kidding me? A man can be seen sitting in his underwear on a chair just behind the child, muttering, "That's enough. Get out." Sounding more exasperated than amused. What the fuck is wrong with people? You know, if I'm sitting there and I see this, I'm getting the kid out the fucking bag myself. What the fuck is what's going on over there, man? That's the fuck I want to know.
Thing, and he kind of sounded more annoyed than worried, which also is very concerning.
Oh, yeah.
What is wrong with these people? Like, how do you just sound kind of annoyed when you're watching a kid not being able to breathe? The caption of the video joked about being on third week of sick leave. So she did this for likes because she was bored.
Massive day for the unemployed, I guess. Not the kind of day they'd want, but a massive day nonetheless.
But thankfully, people were more than just angry because this wasn't just like bad parenting or like a weird prank. This was suffocation.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was posted as entertainment. But child safety experts immediately pointed out the obvious. Vacuum sealing a person, especially a child, can cause panic, injury, oxygen deprivation, like within seconds.
That child safety experts felt the need to say that. Like I've been in tight places and I've gotten fucking panicked, right? And it wasn't even like a ceiling thing. It was like, tried to go in a place that's a little too tight for my big fat ass, and you know, get a little nervous before backing back out, right? Imagine you a little ass kid, and they stick your ass in a bag, and they take all the air out, and you can't move or do shit. Woo, that kid gonna need therapy.
Like, this isn't just like possibly dangerous. No, this is how people lose their lives. But the backlash was immediate. The video went extremely viral. People started reposting it, reacting it, and dissecting it all across the platforms.
Right.
And Russian authorities confirmed they were alerted about the video. Child protection agencies took notice. Police opened investigations into possible unlawful actions against a minor. And a spokesperson for the police also said a video was detected showing possible unlawful actions by a woman towards her underage son.
Possible unlawful actions? Like it seems a little bit more than possible. Like, that is such straight up child abuse, it's not even funny.
In response to all this, Anna decided to lock her Instagram account, and the police could not find her at a registered address. According to Russian media and her statements from the Ministry of Internal Affairs, authorities began actively searching for her to see the reason for the video and to check on the kid's welfare. Police reportedly spoke to her mother, who confirmed the child in the video was her grandson, and that Sabrina had been living in Moscow for several years. And that's the moment where this stops being a viral video and becomes very real. Because now we're not talking about just like a disturbing video. We're talking about a case where police are trying to locate a parent after a dangerous video involving a child.
Oh God, I hope nothing else has happened to that damn kid. And I hope the cops get her and throw her in one of those fucking Russian prisons for the rest of her life. Fuck this bitch.
My main question is, were they able to locate the kid, or was the whole family gone? And I don't know if this is more disturbing or not. Thankfully, in a way, this was done in public, because if it was, if she didn't film and record herself doing this, people would have never known that she.
But at the same time, if she wasn't filming, she wouldn't have done this shit in the first place. It's all some bullshit for clout.
Because if it was, if she didn't film and record herself doing this, people would have never known that she was capable of doing that to her own child. But still, I guess that's the double-edged sword of this case. At the very least, I hope she learned her lesson and never does this again. But she'll probably be facing some charges for this. But this was filmed and shared with a caption and a joke. And when I started looking into this, I started seeing a bunch of comments asking if she was doing this because of the vacuum challenge. And that made me go,
Wait a minute. Before he says anything, vacuum challenge. I've seen videos about the stupid ass TikTok challenges that people do, that they fucking injure themselves or put themselves in harm's way and shit. How the fuck do you do with a vacuum?
There's a challenge for this? Well, apparently, this is a thing.
You know what? All the bad shit I said about Russia in this video, I fucking take it back. The whole fucking world is stupid as hell. At this point, God just needs to flood this motherfucker again and start over. We're fucked. We're beyond saving.
Sometimes it's called the trash bag challenge, and if that name alone doesn't set off every alarm bell in your head, this description will. So the challenge apparently involves putting a person, typically a child, inside of
Right.
a trash bag or plastic bag and using a vacuum to suck out the air until the bag clings to their body. I wish.
Okay. Where's the challenge?
I was exaggerating, but I'm not. At least in most of these clips, though, the kids' heads are not inside the bag, so they can breathe.
Yeah.
But of course, there's always morons that take this way too far.
The whole trash bag, the whole sucking the air out of a bag with a person in it is already pretty far. Like, God, there's a challenge for everything. There's gonna be a. I'm gonna tune in to fucking Otozi one of these days, and it's gonna be like the fucking jumping off the fucking tallest building in the world challenge or some shit.
Just don't do this challenge to begin with, but still, what is wrong with people? Like, I don't know why she decided to go a step further with this. Like, oh, you know what would make this funnier if your entire body was in this and I just remove the air and you start suffocating. That's the prank.
That's the
Apparently,
prank.
it's been coming and going in waves, just like every other bad challenge does. But medical experts have been warning about this challenge for a long time because this can apparently cause something called cerebral hypoxia, which is when the brain doesn't get enough oxygen. Yeah.
Yeah, the brain was getting no oxygen for that one kid. Fucking hell.
Cause something called cerebral hypoxia, which is when the brain doesn't get enough oxygen. Yeah, that's the same kind of injury that comes from drowning or suffocation.
Right.
We're talking about panic, loss of consciousness, permanent brain damage, and worst cases, losing their life. So when you look back at this,
I'm gonna have to go back a little bit because I think I'm be real with you. I think being dead is a lot better than having your brain fucked up. Because you only die for a couple of minutes or whatever. You only die for that one time, right? Whereas if you survive but have a fucked up brain, you gotta live with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd definitely rather deal with being dead than the brain damage. That's just me though.
permanent brain damage, and worst cases, losing their life. So when you look back at this influencer sealing her own child in a plastic bag, you start to wonder, did she think to herself, hey, let's do this fun internet trend? Like, did she see clips like this? And
see, Atozi, you're making a very bold assumption that this bitch thought at all. You know, people who do social media trend bullshit, they're not very intelligent. They don't have much of an identity of their own. You know, they're not the best examples of humanity. And I really hope that after this, the kid looks at social media a little bit different and decides, you know what? Maybe we don't chase the fame and fortune, Mom. How about that? You know, maybe we play video games. You know. I saw, Mom. I saw this guy playing this one game. Looked kind of fun. Let's whip out the Dendy. Let's see if we can find it. That kind of shit.
she was like, oh yeah, that's fine. Let me try that on my child.
Sure.
Like, I keep on doing this whole story just has me freaking out. But what happens next? Honestly, who knows? Best case scenario, Child Protective Services intervene. Hopefully the mom understands this is a awful thing to do and
Right.
she should never ever do this. I don't know how all of this will go down in Russia. Hopefully she retires from filming content with her kids though.
That'd be
that's
nice.
for sure. Because if this is the content,
that would be nice for her to never do content again if this is her idea of content, right? Like do something different. I don't know. Maybe do a cooking channel, make some goulash, like that kind of shit. Show off some nice Russian treats. Sure, there's some nice food over there. Just, nothing that involves kids and plastic bags. How about that?
you're gonna film with your kids, just stop. It's time to retire. But if investigators determine that this video posed serious risk to the child's life or health, that could easily escalate things to neglect or endangerment.
Right.
And yes, I know we're talking about Russian law, but from what I can tell, Russian law takes this very seriously, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, like I said, it'll at least won't treat it with kid gloves the way a lot of places here in America do. I mean, say what you will about Russia, it's a horrible society, but criminals get it fucking hard there. It is brutal, and those prison colonies are no less than this bitch deserves.
So apparently, even if she claims that this is all a joke, prosecutors could look at the result or the potential result,
Right.
not her intention. But I don't think she's going to be getting any brand deals anytime soon. So yeah, thankfully, though, the kid didn't seem to be seriously injured from this. But either way, this is definitely one of the most shocking things that I've seen someone do for social media likes. Other than
Yeah, it's pretty high up there. Like usually when you're dealing with these fucking dumbass social media posts, it's people killing themselves or harming themselves. It's not like my kid and, try to kill him for views.
And that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace. You can tell Homeboy was serious about this. He didn't even put the explosion effect at the end. But yeah, check out Atozy. Putting your fucking kid in a damn plastic bag. Alright guys, I'm gonna sign off for that one. Hope y'all enjoyed, well, hope you enjoyed Atozy. I don't think I could say I hope you enjoyed the idea of parents putting their fucking kids in plastic bags. I'll see you guys soon. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, God bless you, and be sure to thank God for having a mother that didn't put you in a fucking plastic bag. I'll see you later.